Hi, I'm Brenda. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. This is a daily energy update, and then we are going to get into some free readings. We hope everyone is doing well today. We are going to be using the Sacred Traveler deck by Denise Lynn, and she said we're just going to shuffle them a little bit, and then we will begin. So we hope everyone is doing excellent on this day. For me, it is July 28th, which is the opening of the Lionsgate portal. And that is a very powerful gateway. In Series B, Orion and the Earth are in an alignment. So a very spiritual, we're going to say 3.5, 4, almost 4 weeks. She's like close to 4 weeks. So, yeah. So just hold on to your hats on where things are going to be in the next month. We have quite a bit in retrograde currently and a few more things. I know this morning Dave told me Mercury went into Virgo, so that's about your day-to-day communication. So just be aware of how you're speaking. Maybe take a moment, and maybe that's how you're speaking to yourself. So, on that day-to-day basis, how is your self-love every day? Are you talking good about yourself? How is your self-love? And with that, she says, we hope everyone is having a most wonderful day. So we're going to get into a general reading, and then we are going to get into some questions today. So the current energy. So we get the card of Discovering Truth. And then she said there are several swords taking the Discovering Truth because it wanted to come out with so much force that it pushed the other ones out of the way. Surrendering to your journey. Taking those as well. So discovering truth, surrendering to your journey, which honestly, I will tell you the thing that really moved so much along in my life is when I, decided to surrender to my journey. Then we get the card of Great Adventure and Begin Now. So pretty clear on that message and ascending the mountain. So definitely a period for, this time in Leo season of, are you ready for growth and expansion on your spiritual path? Are you ready to, get a lot of communication? Are you ready for it to be more fluid in the way it's delivered to you? Both the cards in the middle are on a bow. So that could also be coming together as two people, because I see that as a man and that as a woman. So, or what appears to be. So, maybe some coming together of, a new relationship, because that looks like this person's on a journey and also this person's on a journey. So we feel like this could definitely be a twin flame reading of your journey, coming together as you surrender to it, as you step into, that mission. It definitely seems like the mission, the message today is definitely about stepping into your mission. Sometimes we have no idea, what does that mean for me? And, just every day, just take the little tidbits of things, information that you're guided to. For a while, I got some hits about, Akashic Records. So I was working in my Akashic Records, and then Dave and I were doing some past life stuff. And then I've really been drawn to the crystals and working with some of that stuff and, opening my clairvoyance. So I've got some new crystals for that, which are ironically also blue. So to help the throat chakra, So maybe somebody out there is needing just to hear you are a messenger. That is part of your path. Where is Gemini in your chart? What do you have in the third house as well? Those are really strong pointers for, that communication. And we're going to get some cards for clarification. And the first card is the Ace of Swords, which is the truth of clarity, crossed by the King of Swords. So it seems like a lot of new clarity coming in, maybe getting some downloads. I had never really noticed it before, all of the sacred geometry that is behind her in that picture. I've never really noticed that till this very moment. So are you getting a lot of sacred geometry, coming into your space? Even the infinity symbol is sacred geometry. The signs of the planet are sacred geometry. Many things are, that we see in our day-to-day lives that we don't even realize are part of that sacred geometry. I got a new ring yesterday when we went to the farmer's market. It's made of copper. And it's really like pulling my energy, like right now to it, like really, because earlier it was a little tighter and now it's like loosened up. So like so much kind of, and enough that it's calling my awareness to it. So it's like, it wants to communicate with me a little bit. It's like, hey, so we're saying, hey back. So it's saying that now is a time, there must be something about the shape of it as saying is, I will have to do some research on it. So are you getting a lot of new shapes and things coming into your life? Pyramids. I have my pyramids sitting on my desk that just are, beautiful energy for me. This one was custom made for me. Poured on a Taurus moon about 5 years ago. So, but things like that, the Merkaba, different geometric shapes being activating towards your path on this. Looking at the stars is also a way to activate you, because it's definitely a time of awakening, a time of deciding which things are you interested in. Like I said, I do some stuff with the Akashic Records. I'm certified level 2 Reiki. I do tarot. I do crystals. I'm working on my mediumship, opening that up. So don't think there's one thing that you have to do. Be multifaceted, be interested, follow things. I'm interested in Chiron. I'm interested in the North Node. I'm interested in astrology and trying to figure out how my birth chart plays such an important role as, your instruction manual is what I'm hearing. So just be, so anybody looking into astrology, like be open and be curious. Be like, okay, what's this? You can look at it. You can check it out. Just because you take a class on something or whatever, you can decide, I like doing that. I don't like doing that. It's just about gaining a knowledge base and awareness so you find out what works best for you. Because that is the part of doing the work, figuring out what, where are you going on this great, on this great journey with all of us. The next card is the card of the devil, which is that card of codependency, also that card of ego. A lot of times that ego is right there saying, you aren't a healer. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to think you get the messages? Who do you think you are that you have a gift that you can share? Who do you think you are? You know who you are? You are a child of God. You are inspired, and you are supposed to be here to help raise the vibration of the planet. That is the work we are here for. We are here to overcome the darkness, to overcome the ego, that is really pulling, like literally it's showing right there, the ego is what is pulling your strings. It's time to gain clarity over that and say, you know what? I'm not interested in what my ego has to say today. It's going to keep me safe, and say, thank you for keeping me safe, but you know what? I think I got it today. Let's see what me and my higher self has to say. Because, Celia's like, you have the little angel over here and the little devil over here. That's true. You get to choose which one you listen to. This one screams crazy. This one's a little quiet voice. So sometimes you have to like pay attention and listen to that one, a little bit more. And I think it's inviting you, we think as you decide to step into this journey, it's going to get loud, but you know what? Your part of the mission is just to be happy, gain that elevation. She's like, look, another major arcana, because that is the environment. You are ascending the mountain. Look at the card, ascending the staircase, elevating, taking it to the highest level. It is that time to do that now. Step into the things that bring you joy. I also had never really noticed all the sacred geometry in that card as well. Apparently today our eyes are seeing things different than we have previously. I feel like I pulled that from the bottom of the deck, I just heard. And apparently we're pulling this one too. So apparently we're going this way because this is what Celia said we're doing. So how other people see you moving forward quickly. Wow. Because you know what? You're divinely guided. And sometimes you're being pulled in both directions. And you have to figure out which way is the right path for you. The hopes and fears card, the Page of Cups, which is having an activation, having some clarity, realizing that, we are all in this together. It's a brand new energy we feel for you. You have to take that new leap of faith and say, I'm interested in something new. I want to do something new. I was just looking, there's a fire Reiki class coming up that was going to be in Mount Shasta. And I was like, ooh, I was really interested. I was going to try to see about Dave wanting to go. But then it's a woman's only. So I'm like, it's not the right thing. I'll have to keep looking. The right thing will pop up for me. So the outcome card is the Three of Wands, which is that wish fulfillment card. So no, the spiritual journey sometimes takes you on what can seem like a spiral staircase, but soon it's going to come a little more clear on where you are headed. The underlying energy is the Page of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Four of Swords. And the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles, which is healing the lack. And that's what the ego is trying to keep you in. Because when you're in lack and you're not connected to your higher self, the ego is in 100% control. And that's what the ego wants. And it's about changing your focus and really paying attention and being the beacon. You know what? She's at that Nine of Wands, that hard place, the end of the cycle. But she's standing there being the beacon, shining the light for others, saying, you know what? Come this way. And you know what? Because in this Five of Wands card, they're all working together. And, sometimes she has me pick different decks for different reasons. But this one, in this Five of Wands, everybody's kind of working together. Some of them, they look like they're fighting. Some of them, they look like, they're playing. In this one, they're working together. They're all working together to get to that ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal is the healing. That is the underlying energy. We are healing this lack mentality. Because the lack mentality is all about us being separate. And truly, we are not separate. We are all one. And that's the awakening to that higher consciousness of that energy. And we're going to get a couple of Celia cards for guidance. And with that, that's the spirals of life, learning the life lessons, healing the cycles and the patterns. And that's definitely what we're doing at this time. That's definitely what this reading is saying. We are moving forward now because that is the North Node. That is your life mission. That is where we're going. We are here as our mission. In some way, each of us, have our own form of it, but that is part of our North Node for all of us to heal the spirals, heal the patterns, and then to teach it to others. So, we feel a very passionate energy with that today. We're going to take a deep breath because that was just a lot. No wonder we got some cucumber water today to start the day with. So we hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to just take a minute and see how everyone's doing. Hi, Pooja. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Hackarat. How are you all doing today? We're going to clean this up and then we're going to get into some questions. Miss Shirley, how have you been doing today? And we want to say thank you for moderating. We always greatly, greatly appreciate it. I am doing well. We were working on, we're going to Peppa Pig when we go to, for Macy's birthday. So we were working on getting some Peppa Pig shirts made for me and Dave. My project of the morning. It was fun. Shirley, you want to know the one thing you could control in that situation? Your behavior, your energy. Sending it certified disc covers you. And honestly, if, we're excited about it. Dave saw one on Amazon. He's like, do you want one of these? And then he's like, oh, it won't be here in time. So I went to my handy dandy Facebook and posted it out there. And but surely the one thing you can totally control about the situation is how you react, your behavior. So don't let him get you upset. That is his ultimate goal. Yeah, don't. And that way you have proof of it. And the other things he's doing is just the empty threat, because if they come out there and they see your horses are taken care of, they're not going to do anything but think he's trying to harass you. Awesome. Drinking my water today. Apparently we need it. So, because it feels like the energy just got so strong, it's crazy. So, Miss Shirley, can we get a message for you? God is good and God always provides. So we're gonna get a message for you, Shirley. Getting a message for you, Shirley. So I'm just like trying to listen. Apparently I was being told to wait because I was like, what am I like? Very odd. So apparently, so you wanted me to hear your question. So, literally, when everything is so out of control, the one thing you can control is how you how you respond. And if somebody's being really that negative to you, do you want to come to their level? And surely you get the card protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. So, and then you get the card of vast vistas, expand your horizons. And that's like a new opportunity is coming, but you're like so protected. If you have a favorite archangel, call them in to be with you. If you don't have one, Archangel Michael is always phenomenal to call in for protection. Charlie, we're going to get you a couple of tarots, so you says. So, but definitely protected. Know that, and get the card of the sun, the star, the King of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles with the underlying energy as the Three of Cups, which is we feel like he likes to cause like problems, and that can also be in the community, and we feel like he's done some of that for you in the past. But the card underneath that is the Four of Wands. So as you're doing the things of focusing on being happy and just focusing totally on that is healing the situation. As you're just standing there shining your light and completely doing that, and that's left him kind of holding the bag, so to speak. As you do that and send that to him, then he has that. You have proof you paid it. That ends your situation with him. So our advice on the side, we're going to get a Celia card, but the Celia message I just heard is, I would never speak about him again. I would not ever say one bad thing about him to anybody. If anybody asks you about him, just say, yep, I did, but I'm using somebody else now. But yeah, yes. But she's like, don't focus any energy on him. Yes. Like, don't focus any negative on him. Just focus, he will learn by your example, because you get the card of teacher wisdom. And I'm having the craziest That is like just the craziest feeling. The other Celia guidance is teacher wisdom, which through you being grace and gratitude, through you being graceful and taking the higher road, that will teach through your actions. And then get the card of let it be easy. So mantra of the day, if it's meant for me, let it be easy. So start saying that. If it's meant for me, let it be easy. Yeah, like I just like that was just I felt like I could not speak. So with that, the King of Swords can be left alone. He can be very sharp in the tongue and not very feeling. I would not contact. Look, she's looking the other way. Here's the money. Like send him it to him and like be done. But don't like. I heard like don't speak ill of the dead. Like don't speak negative after a situation's over about somebody that doesn't serve anyone's purpose. To talk negative about somebody else. So yes. Yeah. I would not be around him. I would just send it. That if you send it certified, then he has to sign for it, and then that way you can just be done. And that way you have proof that you sent it, and then you can get proof back that he signed for it, and then that can be just the end of that situation. But that was just the craziest feeling that overcame. So yeah, Shirley, the best thing you could do is just control your energy. Yes, I have definitely said that. People show you who they are, believe it. Like I forever was be like, no, no, that can't be right. That can't be who that person is, even though they're telling you that's who it is. That's who they are. That's who they are. So people tell you who they are, believe them. If you start dating somebody and they're like, I can't be in a committed relationship, that's a red flag. That's a sign they're straight up telling you, I can't be in a commitment because I choose to not be. So you are very welcome. Hi, Dish. How are you? Can you get a general reading? Yeah. Oh, I think I do not know what is going on with the whole throat thing. That is still just. So, Dish, we are going to get general reading for you. And you get the card of Mystic Healer, and you get the card of Overcoming Obstacles. Healing energy flows through you, and you can overcome anything. And the card on the bottom is the fellow traveler. Support is all around you. Yeah. Just pick up a different deck. So, I don't even think that's you, Shirley. I think it's something else. I think it might have been part of that, but I feel like something else because it still feels very heavy and like I really feel like I need to go put my feet on the. I feel like I need to go put my feet on the grass. That's what like I hear get grounded. Like I feel like I don't know. So maybe something being projected or it is right now. We had some rain, but it's supposed to be like super hot today, so I haven't been outside much early this morning for a while, but apparently I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna see what cards want to come out for you. She was very specific on me just picking up this random Rider Waite deck. So we are gonna see Are you and your person a little bit separated right now? I say that because the card that came out is the 9 of Cups, which can be a card of wish fulfillment, but like that person is kind of like sitting there and he's like not having it. He's like, nope, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna sit here. So if there is, they're like sitting there, it looks like, so it looks like they're like, they're waiting. They're waiting. They're like not like, because if somebody's meant for you, they're going to be waiting for you. But like sometimes if you have a mission on the spiritual path, and if you haven't stepped into doing that mission and working towards that, this won't come. I'll tell you honestly, once I stepped into really stepping into doing my energy healing work, like, and working on my Chiron, within 2 months of time, like I manifested my my Dave, my husband, my love. So, and that person's like maybe working on doing their stuff too. I air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Dave is a Gemini. So, but sometimes until you step in, hey Alex, until you step in, like they can't. So, like, we feel like you have some healing abilities that you need to focus on. And then that person can come in. They look like they're, the 9 of Cups is, somebody that's, pretty celebrated, pretty, sitting in a good place, plenty of cups full, plenty of full cups. Hi, Alex. How are you doing? Celia says, we haven't seen you in a while. She says, we know we're all over on our time. My niece asked me yesterday about time, and I'm like, I'm trying to do it earlier, but when the grandbaby calls me, she's first priority. So, do you have a question, Alex? I was thinking about stopping because I could barely talk. I was having like something. You are very welcome. And are you working on your healing ability there? Did she? Well, that card said healing energy flows through you. And one of the ways I found out I had something, when I would touch somebody, my hands would get so hot where they had an energy thing. Like, so I could, like, I did physical therapy to find out that I had something in my hands. That's how I found out, like, that I had something. And then I took a Reiki class to further work with that. But like my husband does healing stuff, but he uses like singing bowls. I have a small one here that, because you can use bowls, you can use crystals as a healing modality. There's like so many, so many, so many other healing modalities out there. So just whatever interests you, like Reiki, when I was doing it, was one of the really prominent things. So I did a couple, I'm certified to Reiki level 2, and I do it mostly on myself. For a while I was doing it, and to really step into mission, I was doing it, and then now it's pulled me completely in another direction where now we're doing this every day. So, or most days. So, which is our form of healing, is, healing through our messages. So, Alex, is Dion going through a spiritual awakening, and are we going to see each other again in the future? Have these deep conversations and make peace with one another. Okay. Well, Alex, we're going to get you a Sacred Traveler, and then she said we're going to get you a card from our deck. Because we're really interested in seeing what cards you get from our deck. And you get the cards of taking shelter. The answers are within. And you get the card of fellow travelers. And then, Alex, you get the cards of do a burn, which is write down what you want to manifest or release and then burn it safely. And then teach your wisdom. You are a light worker here to share your gifts of your journey. And then we feel like this one is probably one of the very most important cards, which is to be open to receive. Which is thank you, Source, for the blessings and favors flowing into my life. And the bottom of the deck is be confident, smile, shine your light. There is only one you. And Alex, I feel like eventually on this path, there is a coming back together in some capacity, because there's a long road there together, but there's a rainbow and there's a peacock, which are both, and a orange tree, which are all signs of, a fruitful endeavor. Support is all around you. And she said, we're going to get you some tarot. But I feel like that's saying as you're doing on your journey, like I did my thing, I wrote it down, and then not until I really stepped into mission and it was like, okay, here I am in mission. I surrender. Please, show me what I need to do, and then be open to receive whatever wants to come in whatever capacity. But I feel like it could be over some time, because the first picture is very green and the next picture is a time over winter. And it's like somebody is coming back and there's somebody at the house. So we feel like there is that road of a time coming together, but we feel like it's going to be a little bit of time. And then the first card that wanted to come out is the World, the King of Cups, and the Tower, which kind of tells me that there is definitely a cycle, and that's the change is going on. There's that's definitely the end of that cycle, that the geometric patterns on that becoming into balance, coming into meditation, coming into the flow, having a heart chakra activation, and things are going to change rather quickly. Yes, the bottom of the deck is the Lovers, the Page of Wands, which is a new, lighter, freer communication. The Nine of Pentacles, which is that single, stable person, that financial stability that you're both able to achieve. And then the Seven of Cups, which is making the choice to do the work and figuring out which part of what's blocking you. Figuring out what is blocking you, and then you get to move forward. And so you're saying you have to really focus on exactly what you do want. Like, yes, taking shelter, taking some time, but eventually, like, it looks like that person's coming back. You know, she's like, that looks really good. Then the next card under that is first light, beginning a new cycle. So we feel like there is that opportunity coming. As the work is done by both of you, it's going to really be very victorious. As that heart chakra activation happens. Heart chakra activation's happening in that card too. So sometimes it takes you walking away for somebody to realize what they don't have, and then they have to decide to be the one they want to do the work. And sometimes the universe is like, here, we'll knock and we'll try to teach. And, you know, if they don't want to, you know, everybody in their own time. But be confident, smile, do you. The card under that is the family karma card, which is, you know, generational family karma, ancestral karma. I haven't done it here, but Alex, you know, Dave and I did a thing the other day with my cards of, I was watching something and it was saying, you know, you can find out, you can just ask what did you bring in, you know, what family karma did you bring in? And like from mother side, father side, the three things. And we pulled 3 cards each, and my stuff was so like right on my mom and dad stuff. It was kind of crazy. So Alex, would you be interested in 3 cards from your mom's side and 3 cards from your dad's side? She said we haven't done it, but would you be interested in us pulling some cards for you? Because we haven't done that for anybody. Dave and I had just done it for ourselves. So but when I did it, it was like such like absolutely like so right on. I was just like, well, apparently something else my cards do. So, ancestral karma for Alex from his maternal side for the first 3, and the second 3 are going to be from your paternal side. So 3 for mom's side, 3 for dad's side. Okay, so for your mom's side, you get the do a burn card again. Alex, is your mom really, I feel like wishy-washy. Because with that do a burn, it's manifest or release. And like Celia's like manifest, release, manifest. Like as soon as I did that, I heard like that, like indecision. Indecision. You know what indecision is a sign of? Fear. Next card. Be in the now. Direct your focus. Pattern. Like this is telling you, like this is like the pattern. And boundaries. Does that sound like your mom at all? The wishy-washy, the being not being focused, having no boundaries. Okay, now we're gonna do for your dad's side. So that is the family karma for your mom's 3 things that are the most important for you to heal. Like, because we have to do both sides. Like, we come in with both. So she can change. Don't think she can't. Alex, I used to be that way. So long time ago. So definitely in a different lifetime ago. So it can. Okay. Now we're going to get the 3 for your dad. And the first card is ask your angels. Your angels are always with you. How is your dad with I feel like something about religion with the angels card there. And the angels are always with you. Alex, is your dad spiritually gifted? Yeah, is he like spiritually? Is that like where you get that energy from? Like, is he gifted in, but like, I would say I'm spiritual, I'm not religious. So I can understand like that example of it. But we feel like, yes, that, you know, oh, Alex, all karma that we get isn't bad. That's not bad karma. Your dad being connected. Yeah. That's something else, generation. That's karma you also have brought in that you have to work on. That spiritual connection. So sometimes we always think karma is a bad thing, but karma doesn't always have to be a bad thing. She's like, karma always, because then you get the card of transformation and progress. Take some time, nurture yourself. Is your dad at the part where he's kind of having to learn to take care of himself, nurture himself, be the one to like do that spiritual upgrade, like, or does he like overgive? Because that time to nurture yourself also makes me feel like an overgiver. In the past, has your dad overgiven, especially to the other side? And sometimes that goes with that boundary. Like, that's a two-way street on the boundary thing. On the overgiven, like to the other person that is calling that. So, and the last card is the card of lean back, which is given space to fill your absence. And Dion's a taker. And you have to find the balance of your dad's energy and your mom's energy to work together. Dark Night of the Soul, bottom of the deck. And eventually your dad had to learn to lean back, right? Pull his energy back, decide to nurture himself. It's finding the balance of it. That's the part of the awakening journey of it all. Yeah, because you're being pulled in both directions because you have that karma of both. And she's like, this lean back and this like right here, right now is, those, that's a very push-pull energy in the overall energetics of a relationship. So, but isn't that cool? We're like, isn't that cool? We haven't really done that reading. We did it for Dave. I did it. I saw it and I did it for me and I was really excited. I was like, that is so dang spot on for me. So then we did Dave's and his was really spot on. So something else my Celia cards can do. And not necessarily just the message, but the interpretation of the Celia guidance with it. Because like on the manifest and the release, finding the push pull of that and the boundaries and the lean back and all of that. So Alex, we hope that gives you a little insight on the action to take. We feel like your dad, based on his cards, has been working on this because we feel like he pulled his energy back. He's been working on nurturing himself. He's opening up his spiritual path. So we feel like he's like on his path of working on his stuff. This, not so sure. So we want to give kudos to Dad. Send Mom some love because she could use some. But honestly, this back and forth energy, fear. Trying to have some kind of control when she feels no control at all. So, yes. So he's definitely working on his stuff. So kudos to Dad. So, and this is a great opportunity for you to like have the clarity of it, because then that affects your personal karma, and that's yours to deal with, and the spiritual gifts you have to open up to as you're healing this. Yes, he's like doing super good. So we're so excited to see you, Alex. We're so glad we got to do our new reading to you. We haven't done it for anybody else. Part of our gift of our Celia cards. We're going to do a little work on them and modify them just a little bit. But besides that, I really am so connected. But yeah, your dad's going to keep going. But honestly, Alex, you know what? Overall, him doing all of that has like already done so much of the healing work for you. It's kind of giving you an idea of the path to take. So we love that word, awesome. Thank you. We are trying just to be a service. How are you and your dad doing? So he says take a good lesson from him. We feel like he's really nurturing himself right now, which she's like is super good. So make sure you're doing the same. And for some reason, plenty of water. So, not sure if we have anybody left now, because sorry, Alex. Not sorry. I wanted to do that. We enjoyed it. We appreciate you. We are glad. I mean, your dad doing the work he's done's kind of brought you to more awareness to where you're at. I mean, some people are still totally oblivious that, nothing about the karma. So he's doing well. Awesome. We love that fact that he's doing the work. So, and is being a great example to you. So Celia says, make sure you have a little extra gratitude in every day to be grateful and thankful. I am so grateful and thankful that my dad's doing the work. Part of that, Alex, might be like the rush. We are always trying to push Dave to do the bowls. We're like, it changed my life. He drummed for me, did shamanic journeying for me. Like he did that where we just, he was doing it, didn't even realize necessarily what was going on at the time. But I'm like, that was shamanic journeying for me. Did you like the whole way things happen? Like, and we try to push Dave to do it. And like, won't do it. And, we're like, the time is now. And, maybe your dad's feeling that push now, of that, the time is now. So, but Alex, you can say that better about your dad too. You can say, you're not going to like this. You know that thing that you don't like in somebody else? It's normally because you have that same trait. How is your patience with him? How is your patience with your mom? How is your patience with yourself? How's your patience doing? Yeah. As your patience improves, so will his. People reflect our energy back to us. Like when you're pointing at somebody, how many fingers are pointing back at you? Like one's up and three's back. Normally it's because you have that same trait that you don't like in that person that you're like, I don't like this about you. So just a perspective, another way to look at things. It's all perspective. That's awesome. But like that patience thing, literally, like it's how is your patience? Choose things to make your work on your patience. So I think we're going to take a little break, and I think I'm going to come back in a little bit and do a little more. But apparently, Alex, we needed to do, um, yeah. You know what patience is in the rush for the next thing when you're not being in the now. You know how that be in the now card over here from your mom, Alex. Focus on the now. Yeah, yeah. She's like definitely that be in the now, like everything happens, and say that everything happens in the exact right time. I always tell Dave that in the right time. I follow Taurus time when we're ready. We sometimes you are very welcome, Shirley. Have the most wonderful day. And definitely send that certified mail, Celia says. So yes, everything happens in the exact right time and everything's always working out. Everything in the right time. So we hope your words are powerful, the bottom of the deck. But Alex, we hope you liked our new reading. We hope everyone has a great day. You're very welcome. Welcome. Bye.